Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. Oh me. Oh my. Oh my oh. Yes, it is true. Everything that you could have possibly imagined has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. It's come to fruition on a Wednesday night, 8:15, weekly World of Warcraft show, The Comeback City. I am your co-host, NZ Sky. And oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, all hell is broken loose in the World of Warcraft retail community because everything for Season 3 not only just got announced / leaked, but oh my God, boy, does it have your mother's panties in a bunch. Lance, what the hell happened today? Oh, buddy. No, this is it. No volume, impossible. Lance, no sound, impossible.
Hey, you muted me.
I didn't mute
Just
shit.
like you muted that guy in our raid, right?
I didn't mute shit.
Am I muted?
We tested 2 minutes ago.
Am I muted still?
No, you're good.
Holy shit, we've been muted this whole time.
No, impossible. Impossible. No, it's just you muted. Weird. Anyways, no, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, listen, like Lance was just saying before you guys, the whole mute situation happened, you were saying that, just a couple days ago, what happened?
Well, we didn't, we were waiting like, hey, when is the 11.2 news coming out?
Yeah.
We said it, me and you were almost like stressing out, like, yo, when is it coming?
Yeah, because you have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, they have to test everything for a new season. The raid, the Mythic Plus rotation, the class changes, the reworks, the tier sets, heroic raid, mythic raid, normal raid, the dungeons, the brand new rotation on dungeons, the item scaling. There is months of testing to be done. So it was to the point where we were like, okay, any day now it has to go up on the PTR. Yeah. Any day it has to go up on Wowhead, and they're just going to release everything all at once. And oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, they did. By the way, guys, if you want to help support the channel for absolutely free, we're linking you the Twitch chat right now. Get in there, get a second tab up, help support the channel for free, man. Help us out. I'm here sweating all day and night for this freaking thing, trying to show you guys what we can do. Izzy, what's going on? Jeff, Kuzi, Trojan, Jeff, Edgar, Valkyrian, Kiko, of course, Edgar, Chris. Yo, we got some all-stars in the chat. Canadian, Dasher. Yo, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? But man, oh man, this is it. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. How many of you guys know what's going on right now, and how many of you don't? Because
Dasher.
Oh,
what's up,
boy,
buddy?
oh boy, oh boy. It's almost time to get into it big time.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. We watched that video together today.
Yeah.
And I know I kind of guessed what was coming.
Casey, what's going on? Good looking.
Even before Season 2 came out, I told you exactly what the final season was gonna be. But it's still pretty freaking crazy.
No, it's big. By the way, Max, I hope you're ready to get on that PTR with me because I'm going to be playing a lot of World of Warcraft the next 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. So I hope you're ready. If you're not, you're making a big mistake. Mega, what's going on over on Twitch? Tony, over on Twitch, what's going on, baby? How we doing? We got some people. Man, oh man, this is it. This is it. This is what we've been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to understand, we just officially smashed through the slowest time retail WoW is going to have for the next year and change.
Easily.
At this point forward, ladies and gentlemen, we have the next season coming. We have obviously the 0.5 after that.
Yep.
We have Legion Remix.
Yeah, Legion Remix will probably come with the 0.7.
Around there, yeah. We have Legion Remix. We also have the pre-patch with housing, the 0.7 event. MOP, if you're interested in that sort of thing. TBC Classic, if you're into that sort of thing. At this point moving forward, there is so much to dive into when it comes to WoW. It's insane.
Yeah, it's full steam ahead from here on out for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, it's full steam ahead. You're damn right about that.
Not only that, we're going to be getting the midnight reveal right after 11.2 comes out, 2 weeks after at Gamescom.
Wow.
it is full steam ahead from here on out. We're about to start seeing like the fake leaks coming for the midnight. They're going to be coming in shortly.
Oh, yeah.
It's about to go
We got to get into
insane.
that alpha. We got to get into that alpha, man. I don't care what it takes. I'll fly to Blizzard myself.
We're going to be knocking on the door.
I swear I will. Yo, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, we got 7 people in the Twitch chat. There's 24 in YouTube. Let's get some you guys. Help us out. Second monitor it up. The Twitch is in the chat. Get it over there. Second monitor. Help us out. Get an average of, the Twitch chat over there. Boost it up. Help us beat the boobies over there, if you guys know what I mean. Come on now. Full steam ahead. Who's steering? Shit. Not me.
Definitely not I.
But a captain is cooking over there. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to quickly dive into... Now, we do have the video that we can watch.
Maybe we skim through it.
We'll go through it quickly. Let's get some ones in the chat if you guys want to watch this little dev breakdown together. If not, press 2 and we'll skip it and we'll just start going into all the leaks, the data mines, all the juicy information, the transmogs, class changes, tier sets, bonuses, everything. So if you want to watch it together, we'll go 1,
And I just want to say one thing, guys. This is not going to be a traditional Comeback City show.
No.
We're going to be skipping the segments tonight. I know. Sorry if you're upset with that, but there's way too much news to be going through to
a lot of ones in the chat. Need to see the reactions live in 4K. Now, we did briefly watch this because we were both working today. But we will go through it live with you guys right now briefly. Really, really quick. Let me make sure the volume is good over here. Make sure I'm not popping anyone's ears. Okay. I think we're decent so far. And maybe put on the captions as well. Here we go, guys. We're going to watch it together again as a team, as a comeback guild. By the way, really quick, if you're in the guild and you're a member of the Comeback Kids community, take your beautiful self, get in game, whether you're on Project 30, whether you're on Retail WoW, whether you're on Classic WoW. Let everyone know that we are live. Help us out. I'm asking you as a freaking community, friend, creator, whatever. Help us out. Let everyone know that we're live. Get them in here. Let's go through this together as a guild. Let's get it going. Can't join the guild because I'm Alliance? You absolutely can because there's cross-faction, buddy. You can.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to WoWcast. Today, we're going to talk about the next
Make
major
sure the
content
audio's
update,
good.
Ghosts of Koresh. To help us uncover what's in store, I'm joined by 2 developers who helped bring Koresh to life. Please introduce yourselves.
How's the audio, guys? Let me know.
I'm Drew D'Souza, and I'm a lead encounter designer.
Okay.
I'm Steph Yoon. I'm an associate lead quest designer, and I was also the point on this content.
First things first,
She's the lead.
what is Koresh and why now?
So Koresh isn't a new term to us. You know, way back in Burning Crusade, we first heard about them when we met the Ethereals in Netherstorm. And, you know, they told us tales of Koresh, a beautiful arid homeworld for the Ethereals, until Dimensius the All-Devouring came and consumed their world soul. So we helped the Ethereals get revenge in Netherstorm, and we thought the matter was finished.
Oh, yeah.
And for the first time here in Ghosts of Koresh, we'll be
at that
stepping
shot.
foot on what's remaining of that planet, this shattered, void-touched land, because we've heard that evil forces are trying to resurrect Dimensius the All-Devouring, and if that happens, the Ethereals are toast, and then Azeroth will be next.
Yo, by the way, guys, how sick are those updated ethereal models? Lance, tell me they're not insane.
They're so good that it makes you think that they have to be working on letting them be playable, right?
By the way, I was watching a dev interview, and they dodged the question. They didn't say no. They didn't say yes, which, by the way, usually means it's either in the works or it's already coming. You know what I mean? So, and they just completely update it. Like, I get it. There's a main patch around them, so they kind of have to do some tweaking. But you would think maybe a texture tweak, not a complete update to their 3D model and, like, completely modernizing the entire skeleton of them. Like, that's a big deal. They smiled so hard. No, it is true. They were like dodging that shit.
No, they did. That was what is that? The Mr. GM or the
No, it was
Marcillian?
Marcillian.
Yeah.
So, no, it's a big deal. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, guys, get in the Twitch chat. Help us out. Get some 2 monitors up. Double the views up. Please, guys. I don't want any money, but we want to get the double the views up. Help support the stream. Get the average up. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that doesn't sound too good for us. So, who's going to help us try to stop Dimensius?
You know, with a threat like this, it's all hands on deck. Within the last major content update, Illyria sort of took a step back and undermined. But she'll be here front and center with her old mentor, Locust Walker, as he brings us to his old home planet. And the eager players among us will have already gone through the content in Legacy of Aerthor, where there is a feature called Lore Walking, which gives hints to sort of the content that's coming up here in Ghosts of Koresh. In there, we learn that Venari and the brokers are interested in helping. Not only that, they've brought their entire city, Tazavesh, the Veiled Market, from the Shadowlands.
Yo, really quick, how many of you are excited to see Tazavesh again?
I know Kuzi is punching the fucking air right now.
Kuzi is so... Kuzi literally was begging them not to bring this back, by the way. Begging. He was like, please, God, please don't let them bring this back. So now it's back. He's absolutely pissed. But I'll tell you what.
Hold on. I'm excited. As a hub, it's going to be dope.
Mary's excited.
Kuzi
is pissed.
It's going to be so cool as a hub.
Curse my Alaska time zone. That's crazy.
Not only
Love
that.
this place. That's what I'm saying.
Not only that, doing it on Mythic 0 that first week before it actually starts on hard mode is going to be badass. Can't wait. Very excited.
Keep talking, Lance.
Hit play.
And placed it here right in Koresh. So we'll be able to use that as a home base.
Wait, so you played on Mythic
We're
Plus?
going to gather as much help as we can.
I don't know if you know this, Kuzi. I don't do that much Mythic Plus out all that.
I'm excited to see Venari. I know a lot of other people are too. You mentioned the raid. Can you tell us more about that, Drew?
Absolutely, there's a lot to talk about. So our raid in Ghosts of Koresh is Manaforge Omega. It's a giant facility.
Oh yeah, now we're talking. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is an entrance to a raid. Right or wrong, Lance? Look at that place. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to talk about the final raid of the expansion? That's the type of shit I'm trying to go into.
Not only that,
That's what I'm talking about, right, Mega, or not? Am I crazy?
How good of a name is Manaforge Omega? It's so anime.
It's so fire. It's so cool. I am blown away so far. Blown away. By the way, Berthier, you're absolutely right, and there are heavy speculations on that right now. Very interesting stuff. And obviously it's just speculation at the moment, but I can't wait to dive into it a little bit and see what happens.
A planet to harvest
potentially a
cosmic
third
energy.
Demon Hunter spec.
We're going to be fighting our way in and through it to take on Shadowguard's Ethereals, who are trying to revive Dimensius. While we're in there, we'll face down with an army of Ethereals still being wrapped, the creature they're harvesting silk from, and even a mysterious council of Demon Hunters that have found their way onto Koresh.
Look at that.
Oh, and of course,
there he
that's
is.
going to end with
right there. That's the third Demon Hunter. This one's Havoc right here. This one's Vengeance.
And he's Void.
Very fucking interesting. Any Demon Hunter players in the chat? I know Kuzi, you're one of them. Potentially getting a third Demon Hunter spec based off the Void. Imagine that heading into midnight. So now you're not hunting demons, you're hunting the Void.
It'd be cool if they just did, even if they just did some glyphs to turn you Void. That'd be cool.
Sure. But I want a whole spec. They deserve another spec. They deserve it. They would totally deserve it. Big purple, yo, for real. Third Demon Hunter spec, I'm stuck at 676. Oh, shit. Dark purple? Dude, that's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. I take some new spec over an entire new class for sure. I would think Demon Hunter needs a spec. 2 specs is overdone. They need a third.
A third spec would be nice.
It would be time. Even if it was like a support similar to AUG in a way, but like a debuffer rather than buffer.
a cosmic level battle with Dimensius,
cool.
who is the biggest raid boss we've ever made.
How big are we talking?
Yeah, look. Oh my God, what a shot. What a shot. Oh my, this is so troll. That's the final boss. And by the way, we're going to break down the actual size comparison of this guy in a minute. He is not just bigger than Stormwind, not just bigger than Dalaran. We're talking substantially. We're talking 3, 4, 5 times the size.
They said he's by far the biggest boss we've ever fought.
What a joke.
That's so cool.
Chat,
That's
we're
so
fucked.
badass.
Chat. Can I get some RIPs in the chat? Cause holy shit.
But the thing is,
Word
Sky,
trouble.
I was thinking, I don't know how his fight's gonna be any more epic than Gallywix. Right? That was so epic. You know?
Gallywix.
Yeah.
Like Chrome King.
Yeah, the Chrome King.
Ah, that's is cool, right? Like you got the little bots, right?
Ayakazan.
Yo, what?
Woohoo!
Let's get it. No!
Yo.
I'm tired of it.
Yo.
It's cosmic superpower time.
No.
It's no. Yeah. Oh yeah. Whether you
bring
like
it down
or
more.
not.
Bring it back down.
No. We're not.
I just
want to
be an adventurer. I don't want to be a hero.
Nope. It's time. Just when you think, ladies and gentlemen, Blizzard's gonna pull back a little bit. Cosmic nuclear event, biggest boss we've ever fought. It's so
like
troll.
City of Stormwind sized.
What?
That is crazy.
Do you have any examples of boss mechanics in the raid?
One that I think is really cool is actually our intro. Like I mentioned, this is a giant like mana intake facility, and we're actually going to come in through the pipe where they've taken the mana. We're actually going to utilize a artifact cloak we're introducing.
Yeah, by the way, that would be interesting if the raid had the split to fight different parts of his body. And then you meet up in the middle or something. I mean, this fight, it has to be designed. It has to be designed like one of the best fights by far in the expansion, obviously. But it's got to be one of the best fights.
It doesn't necessarily have to be. It just has to have scale and like an epic feeling.
Sure.
Wait, Trojan, are you gonna main a Void Elf Mage next season?
That's crazy if you are. Yo, Mega, I know what you mean. It could be, maybe.
The Reshi wraps to turn ourselves into energy and trick the filtration system. So our first boss encounter is.
By the way, how's the audio, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know.
And we're going to need to go in and out of energy forms to survive.
I'm excited for my druid to have another artifact. So let's break down Reshi wraps. What's the fantasy behind them?
We wanted to give the players an upgradable artifact that had a visible component for transmogs, of course, because that's the true endgame of WoW, but didn't interfere with any tier sets. So the Reshi wraps are an
I love that it visually enhances as the patch goes on. Very cool.
I mean, the fact that I can have bandages and look like a mummy is pretty dope.
It's not even a mummy. Obviously it's an ethereal, but like it's just so cool.
It's so badass. It's not
turn
even
our
funny.
bodies from corporeal into an energy form. You know, a very powerful person within the campaign helps us gather these ethereal artifacts and coalesces them into the Reshi wraps. And it turns our bodies into energy form and basically allows us to see the world through the ethereal's eyes.
Crazy.
With this, we'll be able to interface with an outdoor activity called phase diving, which allows us to enter untethered space, which is an entirely different way to look at Koresh. It's an overlay that introduces new creatures, new objectives, new world quests, new mechanics. And the cool thing about the Reshi wraps, it sort of interfaces with so much content across Ghosts of Koresh. You can use it in the open world, you can use it in the dungeon, you can use it in the raid, and in delves as well.
This is interesting right here.
In the eyes of ethereal sounds really, really cool. You mentioned delves. What is the new delve coming to Ghosts of Koresh?
So we have a new delve coming in Ghosts of Koresh, and this is called the Archival Assault. It takes place in the Azure Vaults and Dragon Isles. You might be familiar with that place, but this time it's chock full of ethereals, ethereal pirates, some brokers, and they're plundering the place, and we're going to put a stop to that with our buddy Bran. You'll be able to take advantage of your Reshi wrap to unlock unique challenge gateways. They might have.
Yeah, this is where things can get interesting. And this is why delves are such a good bit of content. They're evergreen. Every single patch that comes out, you can add something to the delve based thematically off that patch. And it's phenomenal. I'm very interested to see where they take this. I'm dying to know what this is all about.
I'd like to keep seeing the evolution of delves, right? And I hope, and I'm praying that they keep doing it every single patch, every expansion. They keep iterating on it,
Thank you, really appreciate it.
The same way they have done for Mythic Plus, right? Like keep doing it and keep making harder versions. Make it so maybe I want really hard dungeons.
Text me delves, because if delves are available for the season, I want to test that out first if Mythic Plus isn't available. And get a video out on that ASAP. Very interesting though. There's very interesting changes. And like you were saying, they're going to keep iterating on it, expanding it, changing it, updating it. So by the time we're heading into the new expansion, it's going to be a strong palette of content that you can do if you want to.
100%.
Boss rushes or unique challenge rooms and need the.
Are you brothers? Yes, we are.
Additionally, we're doing a little bit of a social feature in here where you'll be able to see your friend's presence. They might be able to leave you messages.
Better than asking if we're lovers.
Ghosts running around where they died, maybe.
Yeah. So I can make fun of my friend dying in a certain place.
And speaking of dying, let's talk about our nemesis for this season.
Okay.
You might be familiar with her. Her name is Nexus Princess Kaiveza.
Oh,
you have unfinished business with her in She's got a whole new bag of tricks for you. She's not
easily
Go for it.
That's my top 3 boss in the whole expansion.
For sure.
And now to get her as the Nemesis boss,
yeah.
I cannot wait. I'm gonna be honest with you. The underpin fight sucks.
Yeah, it was a slog. I didn't like it. I said immediately on stream that I didn't like it, but this fight right here immediately triggers my curiosity. I'm dying
because
to know.
Kaiveza she's just a cool fight.
By the way, it's not even the fight. It's also visuals. It's mechanics. It's actually just a fun, engaging fight that's not a pain in the ass. The bomb thing was a pain in the ass. It wasn't cool to do, and it wasn't fun. Good. This is fun. And by the way, the first one, who was it? It was
Zekvir.
Zekvir. Yeah, that was a fun fight as well.
Depends on your spec and class. But
yeah, no.
For me, it was fun.
But it was
fight in Nerebar Palace, and so I was always wondering where she vanished off to, because you don't actually defeat her. Let's head back to the outdoor world. What can we do on Koresh?
Yeah, there's 2 major systems. The first one is called ecological succession. When we met the ethereals for the first time in Netherstorm, the 2 things that I noticed were their energy forms and their really cool ecodomes, right? These systems that allowed them to create biomes inside that didn't match what was outside. And here, basically, you'll be helping run one. Venari is trying to bring life back to those shredded parts of Koresh. And with that, she needs your help to fill it with animals and creatures that really thrive in the Koresh ecosystem. What this means is that she'll ask you to go back to previous zones, get animals, and experiment and see if they can survive in the Koresh ecosystem, and then release them to create a...
I'm dying to know how far they take that. Like, is it just in the War Within expansion?
I think they just showed a BFA zone.
Is that BFA? I
think so.
Could be. Maybe. Does anyone know what zone this is? That's not obviously fresh.
No, I think that's in BFA. But you know what I'm thinking? You know what I love about this? It's obviously the whole patch is such a heavy callback to TBC. And it's just, maybe it's the fact that I'm such a freaking TBC fanboy.
True, Mary, true.
But I love ethereals. I love, Void. Dimensius, I thought that was a sick fight in TBC. It's one of my favorite bosses from the dungeons in TBC. And now to get that callback, now 20 years later, 19 years later, it's just...
Storm Song, gotcha, okay.
I was
Blackheart
right, yeah,
says
BFA.
Voltaren, okay. So it is. And just from based off what we're seeing with this system so far, I'm very interested to test it out.
We have Lightforged Draenei and Void Elves, buddy.
That's crazy. I'm dying to get in there and test out what we're actually doing with this. Is this something that we get to customize that's our own, or is it something that's just straight up
on rails?
Yeah, like cut, paste, dry. As you progress through the questline / patches, it gets updated the same exact way as everyone else.
Yeah, I wonder if there'll be like customization, like housing light inside of it.
Or more like cool. Garrison
Plus.
Yeah.
And see if they can survive in the Koresh ecosystem, and then release them to create a thriving ecology. Think of it as like a Void Jurassic Park, where you're just sort of like trying to make sure that this beautiful place can thrive. The other feature I want to talk about is phase diving. I already mentioned it a little bit when I was talking about the Reshi Wraps, but it's basically an overlay across all of Koresh, where you get to switch to energy form and enter untethered space to access a whole slew of new content. You can expect to see anything that you normally see in the outdoors, treasures, rares, lore objects, all that. But there's also things that are unique specifically to phase diving. One of the features that I can talk about here is called Warrants, where you're going to be helping the Constable of Tazavesh hunt down notorious monsters.
I'm looking forward to also building my own ecosystem. That sounds so cool. Anything with animals, you got me sold.
Yo, by the way, really quick, chat, if you guys are in the YouTube chat, you can help us out for absolutely free going over to the Twitch, getting it on a second monitor. We only have 5 viewers over on Twitch. I'm trying to average 15 tonight. If we can average 15, Twitch is going to take notice of that, and we're going to get benefits for that. So please, if you guys can, and not money benefits, I'm just talking about viewer benefits. So please get over there, help us out for absolutely free. Get it on a second monitor, on your phone, whatever, if you guys can. Please, I would really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
Earlier we spoke about the new raid. What else is coming to Season 3?
Oh, there's a lot to talk about here. So first off, we have a new dungeon coming with Ghosts of Koresh. It's called Ecodome Eldani. It's very important to the Ethereals. Cool. It's a 3-boss dungeon. We're going to be fighting through Devourers, invading one of these places, eating some of the wildlife Steph talked about earlier. Jesus. That's bad. We're also going to be fighting off a force of Wastelanders that have taken over this place. We're going to fight our way through and figure out why they want this place. One more note with this dungeon is it'll be immediately available on normal, heroic, and baseline mythic with the update on Ghosts of Koresh.
I think the really cool thing about Ecodome Eldani too is that the canonical route that the storyline takes place is the campaign, the raid, and then Ecodome Eldani. And that's not a thing that we do often, you know? So I'm really looking forward to seeing how people react to this cadence.
Thank you for the follow,
So
Kunu.
what are the dungeons in the dungeon pool?
This dungeon is going to take place after
Thank you
the
for the
raid.
follow, Savage.
But we're going to get to do the dungeon before the raid comes out?
I guess. I guess storyline-wise, that's the route they wanted to go. By the way, guys, we're 1 viewer short of our 15 viewer average mark. Please hook it up if you can. Get it on a second tab on YouTube. Thank you so much. 39 viewers.
Okay, I guess. Sure.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have done that. I'm just going to be honest. I don't know if I would have done that.
If that was the case, I feel like you should have then just released that the same day. Like every other dungeon you could do on Mythic Zero that first week except that one.
Yep. Interesting.
I don't know. It's just weird. Yeah. Whatever.
Thank you, Kunu. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, let's dive into that as well.
Shout out to you guys. Thank you
let's
guys
talk
for
about
getting over on the
returning
Twitch.
ones
Really, thank you.
So we're going to head back to Revendreth and visit our friends.
It's Halls of Atonement, right? That's the title of the
I believe so, yeah.
I think it's Halls of
The
Atonement.
Venthyr and the Halls of Atonement.
Yeah, okay. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, Halls of Atonement is coming back, dude. Yo, I don't know about you guys. I'm a huge sucker for anything Venthyr. Anything Venthyr. I do not care what it is. I am a giant sucker, dude. G Money, what's going on, baby? How we doing?
Remember in Shadowlands, where when I had my Demon Hunter for the only time, I just refused to make him a Night Fae, and I just made him a Venthyr?
Oh my god. Like, just so cool, man. I don't know what it is. The theme of Venthyr is one of the coolest things World of Warcraft has ever came up with. I love them to death. Love them.
So we're going to head back to Revendreth and visit our friends, the Venthyr and the Halls of Atonement. So the next two, like Steph mentioned, Tazvesh is coming back. So we said Tazvesh should come back.
Of course.
That was a mega dungeon when it was first introduced, so we're going to break it in 2 pieces, of
Castlevania.
course. We're going to have Tazvesh Streets of Wonder, where we're actually fighting through the markets and bazaars and streets of Tazvesh, chasing down Solia. And then we'll have the second half, which is Solia's Gambit, where we're chasing through portals and eventually having our final showdown. Tazvesh will also be returning as a mega dungeon experience in Ghosts of Koresh. Starting with Season 3, you'll be able to play it in hard mode as the baseline mythic difficulty. It'll have increased challenges, hard mode mechanics, and really awesome rewards. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, we also had a community vote for the last 4. What were the winners?
Yeah, it was really cool to see what players' favorite dungeons were in the War Within, and the 4 that players chose were Operation Floodgate from Season 2, going back to punch some goblins.
Floodgate's
Priory
okay.
of the Sacred Flame.
I didn't like
awesome
I didn't like
Hollowfall vibes throughout. And then we're going to round that out with 2 dungeons from Season 1 of The War Within, Arakara, City of Echoes.
Love it.
And the Dawnbreaker.
And
just quick note for Season 1 dungeons, we are going to take a pass, on the visuals, the combat pacing, the cast times, the number of abilities even, to make sure they're aligned with Season 2
Same, Blackheart,
dungeons.
same, dude.
Are there any other important notes for players to know about for Season 3?
Which is such a shame that people voted them just for the trinkets.
They're going to vote it for the trinkets, and that's about it. I don't know.
The egg and the signet of the Priory, it's like everyone's bis, right? Yeah, sure, whatever.
Related, but on the day of the update for Ghosts of Koresh, you're going to have access to non-bountiful delves and all Season 3 dungeons for heroic and baseline mythic difficulties. That means there will be Season 3 tuning in there, but also Season 3 rewards. You can get yourself a head start. Of course, Mythic Plus and the raid will open the following week, but you should have plenty to sink your teeth into on day 1. And oh yeah, one more thing. We've heard feedback for a long time now about how dungeon checkpointing works.
Because I can't remember.
Up until
now,
the
thing is that they're actually going to have Mythic Plus from day 1 or Mythic 0 on day 1 of the patch.
At this point in the video, what's left is just them talking about the tier sets, which, by the way, they're making these tier sets based off the hero talent tree that you choose, that is so cool. You have a changeable tier set. So you have 2 options. That's like customizable whenever you want. So depending on the type of build that you want, you can have more interaction in Mythic Plus, more interaction in single target. Maybe you want to go for boss damage. It depends on what you want. Like, it is such a cool idea, dude. It was such a cool idea. I love what they're doing right now. I'm very curious to see how they balance it, but
it's such a cool idea, though. I mean,
it's such a cool idea.
Yeah, it's such a sick idea.
I mean, they're killing it right now. When it comes to the end of this video, they don't really talk about anything else, right?
PvP stuff.
Yeah. Array design, they're excited. Yeah. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we wanted to go through that really, really quick, but there is a absolute piss ton of information to dive into, and we're going to kick it off together, all of us going through it. So really, really quick, this is all the stuff that they announced in the video. Yeah. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, Mythic Plus leavers will now get penalized with a new deserter penalty coming in Season 3. Ladies and gentlemen, all you bastards out there, think of it like this. The person you've hated the most in retail WoW so far, they're punching the air. They're pissed. They are absolutely pissed, ladies and gentlemen, because they cannot just brick your fucking key. So many times, countless times, as I'm trying to get lower keys up, something will happen. Someone will not know something, and they'll die. They'll maybe cause a wipe. Maybe they'll pull too much, and they'll just instantly leave. So now they took the most toxic thing from leave. Listen, this is way less toxic. A lever penalty is infinitely better than the voting system. Like, it's the voting system is going to come in. It's going to help. They're going to have that voting system. I think it's good. Either way, I'm happy. I'm not going to dive into this whole thing and really, really read it. But the idea is that if someone leaves the group before the vote, they get the penalty. By the way, they haven't announced what the penalty is, right? Correct?
I don't think I know of, no.
I don't think they did. It's going to be coming. I'm not sure exactly what it is. Possible impact. Many players will be excited. Without seeing it, many players have had concerns in the past. Because lead the most players. Fair hostage. Yeah. Having constant leavers, socially excluded from your groups. Using a public mark almost seems like more of a deterrent than suspending an account, as players will have to climb their way out of the hole. So it's like lever queue. That's kind of what it is. You ever like leave a match in Heroes of the Storm or League, and then you get lever queue?
Yeah, I kind of like the vote. Like, you vote to, like, are we ending
like,
and
is
disbanding?
the key done? Yeah,
That's
great.
I mean, that's gotta be the most
Equal, fair thing.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Yeah. It's a visible tarnish. Oh, buddy. Let me tell you something. If you get that, and I invite you, and I see that on you, I'm kicking your ass. You ain't gonna join my key if you have that shit on.
You're not even gonna get to invite them. You'll see it before in the LFG.
Maybe it's in the LFG.
Says.
Is that what it says? In the LFG?
Yeah.
Really? You sure?
I think so.
LFG.
Yeah. Mark frequent leavers in LFG.
Wow. Holy shit. Yo, Max, you're cooked. Max is cooked. Let me get some RIPs in the chat for Max, our officer in the guild. He's absolutely cooked. I'll see you later, buddy.
Listen, they gotta try something.
No, this is good. This is a great direction. Kazavesh hard mode, we know that. Hidden content with the phase diving. The new system coming. Yeah. Now it's time to get into the real juicy stuff, ladies and gentlemen. The stuff that everyone's dying to fucking
Can I see the tier set appearances?
Dungeon design, we'll get that in a minute. As we can see, the 11.2 PTR is officially up and it's active. You can get in there right now and start testing the changes and some of the features. Obviously, not everything's on there. They're gonna slow roll everything to make sure everything's not gonna freaking break. But it is officially updated with the 11.2 catalog. I'm not gonna go through raid encounter design right now. That's not something I'm not gonna go through a dev interview. They are doing a campaign skip like they did with the Undermine, like they did with the War Within launch. Great, absolutely awesome. Now let's start to get into the real juice. Ladies and gentlemen, tier set bonuses. Oh shit. Let me get some ones in the chat if you guys are hyped for the tier set bonuses. This is going to get crazy. I hope you guys are ready. I'm going to try to briefly go through all of these really quick. So I'm going to do my best. I hope I don't butcher any of this. There's a lot of fucking classes. I'm going to just briefly, quickly go through them.
Let's go, baby.
If you are a main of any of these classes,
You gotta tell me how you feel about
You gotta tell us how you feel. Whether I don't care what the class or spec is, you gotta let me know. Let's go here. I'm gonna make this screen a little bigger.
Thank you, Sky. I can see now. I appreciate you.
Mistweaver. Oh yeah, baby. It's time to get some water real quick. Okay. Death Knight first. We did see that they were announcing some slight changes, by the way. Have it, like,
Can we tone the music down just a notch?
Yes, we absolutely can.
One notch, please, Scott. Thank you.
There you go. That should be much better. Sorry about that. Good evening. Come up, kids in chat. FMR, what's going on, baby? How we doing, dude? We're going over the tier sets now. They did somewhat announce that Shadow Priest, Brewmaster, Frost Death Knight, Unholy Death Knight are getting some updates. Mostly, though, Brewmaster, Shadow Priest. Yeah. We'll dive into those later. When it comes to Death Knight, though, can I zoom in more, or is that too much? Maybe that might be too much. No, it's fine. Two-piece when it comes to Deathbringer, which is Frost and Blood. Casting Stack of Exterminate, first Scythe, second Scythe. So they're just trying to buff the Scythe damage of it, which is fine by me. I mean, raw damage.
Nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that, right? That's fine. Especially since I love using... It feels very, like it feels good when you press that button. When you get the Deathbringer proc and the Death's Mark, and then you get the Scythe attached, it feels good to press. Yeah. So adding more feel good to it, there's nothing wrong with that. Is it a little boring? Sure, but that's the two set.
Is what it is.
Two set is what it is, right? Reaper's Mark can stack 15 additional times and increase your crit chance by 10% after it explodes. Crit chance, really, really big for Frost. So could be a major W.
Can't complain.
It is a little stiff. It is a little plain. But it's good. If you're a Death Knight, you got to let me know what you think about it. The Rider one seems a little stiff as well. It's a little plain Jane. It's pretty much all about summoning Whitemane. You summon Sally Whitemane, she comes out, she deals damage, hits an additional target, affects her with stuff, Death Coil, the whole 9, right? That's cool. Nothing wrong with that. Same thing.
Trollbane.
Yeah, same thing. So now your other major cooldown. So it's Apocalypse here for Unholy. And then for Frost, it's Pillar of Frost. You summon Trollbane instead, and he does more damage. Nothing wrong with that. Summon additional ad for Riders of Apocalypse. It fits the theme.
Everyone's got to be happy to have more Whitemane, right? I want more Whitemane.
Ladies and gentlemen, Whitemane's in the chat. Yo, can I get some Whitemane mommy in the chat?
Listen, I've been trying to get my wife to cosplay Whitemane for years.
Chat, can we get some Whitemane mommy in the chat? Anyways, though, the 4-piece set, this is where it gets a little bit more interesting. Death Coil or Epidemic causes the summoned Whitemane, or I guess in Frost case, Trollbane, to cast Death Coil or Epidemic alongside you at increased damage. So think of it like Riders of the Apocalypse, you're just summoning these ads, and they're gonna kind of be out, I don't want to say permanently, but there's gonna be a good amount of uptime on the guys that you summon, whether it be Trollbane or Whitemane. So thematically,
that's dope.
It's a 10.
Yeah, that's...
Is it gonna be good?
We'll see.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see. Because it's gonna look freaking sweet.
It's gonna look good, but the AoE death coils are really strong. We'll see if the talents are attached to that. What am I listening to? This is the track that I edited before the stream. I'll send you the link. It's the music to the Void Elf Zone. Get you in the mood. So yeah, you're summoning ads, they're dealing damage, bada bing, bada boom. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we are live on Twitch. We have 14 active viewers. Let's get 15 minimum average over there. Help us out. Get the freaking second monitor up. Help us beat the giant boobas over there on Twitch. We can make better content than them without showing my boobies. Okay? So let's get this going.
You probably should show your boobies, though.
I probably should.
What if I just grabbed the knife real quick, cut out just your nipples, and just left it on the...
What the fuck's wrong with you? You said that like live? That's kind of crazy, right?
I forgot we were live.
Anyways, Sand Lane Talent Tree. This is the one that's been broken all season 2. Absolutely breaking the game.
Blood Beast.
Shattering the meta.
Can't see the chat. Yeah, I can't see the chat. Okay.
All right.
There you go.
Blood Frost Unholy, Infliction of Sorrow. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really remember what Infliction of Sorrow does. I'm going to be completely honest with you. But the Essence of Blood Queen additionally increases your mastery by 8% per stack. This is the one that also gives you haste as well. So haste, mastery stacked, that's fun. That's going to make your rotation feel a lot better. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Sand Lane 4-piece set. Blood Beast lasts an additional 4 seconds now, so it's going to stack up more damage for a burst. And Vampire Strike increases the melee attack power of your dancing Rue weapons by 10%. So for Blood, it's really good. Once again, for Unholy, they did the same thing. Longer, and then increase the damage of your Ghoul. Okay, the damage of your Ghoul is kind of shit, but the 4 additional seconds on your Blood Beast...
Insane.
I mean, that's always going to be good.
What was some of the top-end damage that Blood Beast was able to do? I swear, I think I saw like a 40 million DPS pull.
Oh, no, yeah, easily. In the 30s and 40s, a million. One Blood Beast explosion I saw, it dealt over 250 million damage. On a first pull of...
You think they'll be able to get to,
oh, man. It wasn't Cinderbrew. It was the old, the BFA one. Right in the capital, Zoldazar. Oh my god, it's gonna kill me. You guys know it.
What do you think they're gonna get to hit? You think they're gonna get to 70 million?
Well, we're gonna see if they make adjustments in a minute. I was reading through it. They are making some adjustments.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they're nerfing it or what, but we'll check it out. Any Demon Hunters in the chat? Let me get some ones in the chat. If you play Demon Hunter, alt character, main character, let's get into it because this is about to get real juicy. Let's see what they do. Aldrachi Reaver. Reaver's glaive damage increased by 60%, and other physical only damage is increased by 30%. So the bleed effect tied to it as well. Big damage, right? Reaver's glaive in general deal pretty good damage, but it was the effects after that helped as well. So I don't mind Reaver's glaive dealing more damage. I don't mind just a simple more damage talent. It's safe, it's effective, it's easy to scale for a 2-piece. I'm not talking about 4-piece. I'm talking about 2-piece. So I don't mind that.
No, it's not bad.
This is where things could get interesting. Fury of the Aldrachi Reaver further empowers Blade Dance when cast, increasing it not to 6 slashes, but now to fucking 12 slashes. So you pretty much now get the Aldrachi Reaver glaive effect times 2. It's 2.0. It's doubled. So if you know what you're doing when it comes to your rotation with Aldrachi Reaver, you're not slashing 3 times. You're not slashing 6 times. You're slashing 12 times in an AoE. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
You're like a goddamn ninja.
That's pretty sick.
That is insane. Absolutely nuts. Reaver's mark now stacks up 2 times further and powers the Chaos Strike. Yeah. So it's just 2.0. Applying additional stack for 100%. Yeah, 2.0. Very interesting. Yeah, Void Reaver went exactly. So we'll see if that even gets additionally teased. Same thing for, oh my god. Vengeance, Demon Hunter, same concept. When it comes to Fellscarred, I'm curious to see what they're going to do if they're going to make it more comparable to Season 1. Immolation Aura deals 30% increased damage.
That's cool.
Chaos Strike damage increased by 30%. That's good for AoE, both single target. That's solid. Immolation Aura deals 30, so it's the same shit for Vengeance. Okay, that's fine. Entering Demon form now immediately induces a Demon Surge and shatters a Demon Soul Fragment and grants you 20% increased damage for 10 seconds.
Wow.
Holy shit. That's nasty for AoE.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Untapped AoE,
quick
that's
bookish,
gonna be...
we're talking about Demon Hunter's tier set in the upcoming patch. That's pretty sick. Honestly, I think Fellscarred, I just think thematically it's cooler.
Yeah, but it's also very easy. You have to remember, it's much easier to play than Aldrachi Reaver. Much easier, substantially. It's literally just, you go into Demon form, you do your normal rotation, and you're blowing shit up. But it's broken.
That's kind of,
that's good.
That's what's cool about Demon Hunter.
Yeah, it's fine. I like that. I think that's good. So you shatter a Demon Soul, so you get big procs, big damage bonuses, plus the 20% on top of it for 15 seconds.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Holy shit. You tie that to some of the other bonuses you get, like...
So Vengeance gets it for 15 and Havoc only 10. I wonder if that's a typo.
Maybe it's not. They just want Vengeance to stay meta. Right? Holy shit. All they did was buff their damage with their tier sets. Immolation... They gave them 0 defensives for Vengeance on their tier set.
No, because Vengeance doesn't need it because it just kites.
Right? I mean, holy shit. I don't know whether to be scared as a tank or excited, because Vengeance Demon Hunter on both talent trees can now just deal a shit ton of damage.
Yeah.
Way more than this season. Because this season for tanks, it was all built around procs that could potentially reduce your damage mitigation, and then, you know, some other stuff when it comes to like 4 sets and stuff. But this is just raw damage. The current tier set for 50% damage from tails like so. Yeah, but now it's 20% for 15 seconds on top of 30% additional damage for your Immolation Aura and Soul Cleave. Big damage. Big damage. Okay, now moving into the Druids. Is there any Druid players in the chat? Let me get some ones in the chat.
I know Kiko's in the
chat. Let's get some ones in the chat. It's time, dude. It is time. Kiko with the ones in the chat. Druid of the Claw, baby. We're looking at you, Feral and Guardian. Here we go. Ravage increases your haste by 10%. Kind of a shit stat for Feral, but it's okay. Critically, and chance to critically strike by 10%. That's their best stat. Okay, very good. And the damage of your bleeds by 30% for 5 seconds.
That's pretty
Juice.
Cool. Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Juice. I think 5 seconds is a little short. I would like maybe 6 or 7, but okay, we'll take that. We'll take that. Ravage has 40% chance. Wait. I'm confused. Where's the Guardian one for 2 set?
I think that's just the same thing. I think they're just getting the same shit.
Oh, that kind of sucks for Guardian then. Oh shit, that's terrible. What? Damn, that sucks. Really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see anything else
Haste and crit? Oh shit, that's terrible for Guardian. Yikes. And the damage of your bleeds for Guardian is fucking awful.
Maybe they haven't added the Guardian one? I don't know.
Oh, that's kind of bad though.
Okay.
I think it's Versed Haste is their biz, but whatever. So for Druid of Claw, their 4 set for Fair, Ravage has a 40% chance to make you ravage your target again 4 seconds later. Oh my god, this is just the RNG freaking god. What? That's crazy.
Wait, let me ask you something.
Haste is good for Guardian? No, yeah, haste is good. I don't think crit is good, right? Crit's terrible.
I don't really know how Feral works at all.
Okay.
So, what is Ravage? A finisher?
Ravage, okay, Ravage is in Druid of the Claw. You know the big AoE slash? It's their nuke. It hits hard as shit. It's their juicy spell to press. It feels phenomenal. It's the most fun thing about Feral, okay? So them building it around just Ravage in general, very good decision. A 40% chance to just straight up duplicate it is ridiculous. That's crazy.
Is it a button you press a lot?
So I wouldn't say a lot.
Like how often?
It depends on, sometimes it procs, sometimes your bleeds can proc it.
Is there a chance that you could
I think when you Tiger's Fury, it can
Ravage,
automatically go into a Ravage.
And then you can
you can't just spam, you can't spam Ravages. No, that's not how this shit works. It's a finisher. But it can proc sometimes a good amount. It can proc not that much. So there's RNG attached. But now it looks like they just doubled down on it. 40% chance to just Ravage again, 100% effectiveness is crazy.
Which would then give you, if it does it again, it will give you the 2 set
again. Maybe. Ravage increase your... Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't think of that.
I mean, that's a really... that's a really fun tier set.
Well, that means if it does proc... If it does proc, you're in the juice. If it doesn't, yeah, you're crying. By the way, there might come points where you might want to hold your Ravage until the bonus falls off, or at least close to falls off to try to... Yeah, exactly. Very interesting. Holy shit. That's a good tier set. That's a good tier set.
Yeah, that's cool.
Elun's Chosen. We're looking at Guardian and Balance here. Balance, Starfire damage increased by 25%. Gaining Astral Power with Starfire. 50% chance to launch a Star Surge at the victim. Okay. Good single target damage. That's fine. For Guardian, Thrash damage increased by 20%. Thrash 40% chance to launch a Star Surge at the victim. Wow, that's kind of fun.
Pretty cool.
That just seems fun. Feral's the new outlaw. God.
Launching a Star Surges at people as a Guardian.
Is fun as shit. Yo, by the way, we got 50 of you guys in chat. If you want to help support the channel for absolutely free, get over on the Twitch. Support
I ain't gonna
us.
Lie, that's pretty badass, actually.
No, it's very, very cool.
Moonbear, Kiko, you got to be hyped about that, huh?
If you guys want to help support for absolutely free, dude, get over on the Twitch. I'm linking it now. We're trying to average 15 to 20 viewers throughout the night. Thank you so much.
Which site, Kuzi?
I'll link the just the changes in general, since you're too impatient. That's cool though. That's a really fun visual tier set, I would say. That seems a lot more fun for Guardian than and even though I think right now Loon's Chosen was the meta, I think.
I mean, Kiko said that's what he plays.
Then yeah, there you go. Anyways, the 4 set. This is where it can get exciting. On impact, Star Surges launched by Starfire split up to 3 additional targets at 80%. And grant a stack of gathering. Wait a second. So you're going to make them the kings of uncapped AoE. And you're also going to make them domination at 4 cleave? That's disgusting for Mythic Plus.
Wait a second. Casting Fury of a Loon or Full Moon consumes Gathering Moonlight to increase your damage by 4% per stack.
Oh my fucking god. And grants... Okay, so every time you launch a Star Surge, you get a stack of Gathering Moonlight. You can then consume that Gathering Moonlight to cast on Fury of a Loon or Full Moon to increase your damage by 4%. Just raw 4% bonus damage.
Per stack.
But you also get the 3 target cleave Star Surge.
That's nice.
That's 2 tier sets in 1. What? That's disgusting. Holy shit. Oh my god.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
Balance is about to eat, boy. Oh, Balance is about to eat. Star Surge launched by Thrash, split up to 3 additional targets. Yeah. Grant a stack of Gathering Moonlight, increase the damage. Yeah, they just have
Kuzi,
a shittier version.
I feel like they want to do that because it's the final patch of the expansion. They're like, you know what? You all get to fuck this patch.
Yeah,
Everyone gets to
these
fuck.
sets seem ridiculous.
Yeah.
Keeper of the Grove. This is one that I really love thematically for Resto and Balance. This is the one where you get the trees out, and it's fun. I visually, it's awesome. It just hasn't been good. It hasn't been good for Balance in particular. I can't really speak on Resto. I don't play Resto, so I can't really talk. Casting your major cooldown Celestial Alignment calls upon the assistance of a Dryad that casts Star Surge and Starfall.
That's pretty sick.
So you're summoning Trents and a Dryad to come out in battle and help you.
That's pretty sick.
What do you think about that?
That feels like if you want to be part of the trees in the woods, I want some trees and the Dryads.
Dogs gotta eat. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
That's insane. That's really cool.
Starfall at 100% effectiveness. Just an extra Starfall?
Now, how often does he cast them?
All right, for 10 seconds.
We'll have to see. This could either be really good or shit. There's no in between for this, I think. It's either going to be really good to the point where, like, it's at least competitive, because, man, so far, that Loon's Chosen is crazy for Balance. I don't know. We'll see, but we'll see if this is shit or good. I don't know. I don't think there's an in-between.
Yeah, I don't know enough about.
Tree of the Life or Convoke calls upon the assistance of a Dryad. Tranquility at 50%. That's a major cooldown.
Strong.
And instantly regrowths your lowest health ally.
Yeah,
at 200%. Yeah,
that's strong.
The thing about this is really strong for those raid encounters where, like, when shit's about to go down and you know the fight, this seems like a really strong hero talent tree. Because it combines with your cooldowns and you can snapshot a shit ton of heals across the board. Can be fun. And by the way, that's just a 2 set. That's not the 4 set. This is where it can get interesting. When your summoned minion fades, your next 2 Star Surges damage for an additional amount equal to 5% of your damage done while it was active. So you have 10 seconds to stop. I feel like 5% is really bad. That seems very low. Like, if I deal 100 million damage in 10 seconds, you mean to tell me you're only going to copy 5%?
I mean, what's 5% of 100 million?
It's 5 million, bruh.
Okay, so that's pretty good.
5% is terrible.
Oh, Juan, what's up, Juan?
Oh my god! Papa Gene is in the chat and he's sending it big, baby!
Thank you, Gene.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are in the chat, let's get some huges in the chat, dude!
We get some love for Gene in the chat. That's so cool, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, let the horns ring, baby! Let them ring, dude! It's about to go crazy, chat.
Guys, if we get 5 more subs, Sky will cut out the nipples on his shirt.
I'm not. You know what? Fuck it. I'll do it.
No, I'm kidding. We're kidding. No nipples.
Shout out to
against
Gene,
TLS.
dude. Yo, thank you so much, buddy. Hope everything's good, man. God bless you, buddy. Hyper Summon. Hope. Oh man.
Yeah,
what a
it does
chat.
say who got the. It actually says who got the.
Can y'all see who got
memberships.
the subs? Yes, you can. Zenny, Righteous Penguin,
Oh!
Ragnar, Ramfist, and Kuzi. Kuzi got a sub. Yo, shout out Kuzi.
Yo, if you just got subs, one's in the chat, please.
One's in the chat. Yo, shout out to Eugene. Love you, buddy. God bless you, man. Thank you so much, man. Hope the little one's well. Anyways, moving on to 4-set for Keeper of the Grove.
Click the chat so we could see it.
Oh yeah, sorry. So now, when your summon minion fades, 5% damage, 5 million damage, that's not good. And then splash for 20% of that damage, that's bad. That doesn't seem good. And it's not even uncapped. Yeah, that's bad. That's really bad. Yeah, no, I don't like that. By the way, Gene, please don't donate anymore. We're just trolling. Absolute meme. We're
Absolutely,
just kidding.
definitely gonna have nips.
If you're a Druid main in the chat, Boomy or Resto, you guys gotta let me know what you think about these. When the Dryad fades, your next 2 Swiftmen's heal for amount equal to 5% of your total healing done. Now listen, the total healing done could be a little bit better, and the splash healing could be good. Instant chunky splash heals can be good for Resto, because they're typically like HOTS. But the whole 10 seconds after thing is kind of hard to judge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Interesting. I would say interesting to say the least, but I'm not sold on it.
It's funny. I like the 2-set more than the 4-set.
Yeah, me too. I had some really high hopes for this. I thought Keeper of the Grove was going to be good. Yeah, I don't like it. And then the last one's the Wild Stalker. That's the one where you put the thorns on people and they can pop, explode.
That's cool.
That whole thing. I think it's cool. It just hasn't been good. The rate at which Bloodseeker vines grow is increased by 40%. Still not good enough. Tiger's Fury causes Bloodseeker vines to grow. Okay, time out.
Can't
That's
get mad
really
at that.
good.
For a
Wait
two-piece?
a second. Wait a second, dude.
What's wrong with that for 2-piece?
Juan Epstein. Oh, Juan's back, baby. Good looking. How we doing, dude?
Juan, we gotta get your profile picture back, bro.
Yeah,
The Abraham Lincoln
screw
just
the
doesn't
Abe
have the
Lincoln,
swag
dude.
like you, bro.
I agree. Go back to the man in the suit, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, also don't forget, we do have our Twitch up. We got 17 people. We're 3 viewers away from 20. Help us out, ladies and gentlemen. We're trying to break a stream record tonight. Very interesting though. I like this tier set. I think it could be effective immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately. And
That's cool.
it's passive.
I wonder.
Increased rate at Bloodseeker vines. And by the way, there's passives on there that if it pops, it can spread more. Passively.
What if you're fighting only one target? Max, what are you doing, man?
No, this isn't good.
Max. What are you doing,
Buff
Max?
shamans? Yeah, we'll see if they actually buff shamans in a minute. So there are passives that can make this go crazy. Same concept for Resto. Once again, I'm not sure on Resto. If you're a Druid main in the chat, you guys gotta let me know. We're 3 viewers away from Twitch, by the way, hitting our 20 viewers. If you guys can, get a second monitor up, pull it up on the phone, tell your mom, call her to get it up, support the comeback hits. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate the love. Anyways, moving on to 4-set. If this 4-set's good, it can
Thank you,
compete.
Gene. Love you, buddy.
I love you so much, Gene. You're a Chad, bro. If this 4-set is good, it can compete with, oh my god, what's the name? Not Illusion, Druid of the Claw, yeah. If it's good, though, it has to be good. Here we go. Bloodseeker vines have a 20% chance to trigger bursting growth every 2 seconds at 100% effectiveness. Each stack of Bloodseeker vines on an enemy increases bursting growth damage. So I'm pretty sure that is just the AoE pop bullshit that can happen. And I think it could spread based on that.
That's pretty dope.
If I'm not mistaken. Can anyone confirm on that? I'm pretty sure that's what that means.
Wild Stalker is for what specs?
Pharaoh and Resto.
Weird.
I don't think it's good for Resto. I don't like it. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's good. I don't like it. But instead of the vines, it's blooms on your allies.
It's just weird.
All right,
next.
Anyways. Yeah, Scale Commander looks ridiculous, by the way, again. Disciple, what's going on, baby? Yo, we got 4 more viewers in the chat over on Twitch, and we have our record, dude. Guys, help us out. Please, get a second tab up. I appreciate the love. Sorry to keep bugging you. Okay, Evoker's very interesting. I'm very curious to see what they do. Not for Devastation, but more for Augmentation and Preservation.
No.
I'm very curious.
Scott, you haven't heard?
What?
Are you?
What?
You don't do your research?
What, Lance?
They're deleting Aug. It's done.
They're not deleting.
It's done. It's done. Enough. I don't want to hear another word. when you get to Og, you're skipping it. Done.
Chat.
Done.
Chat, what are we
Not
gonna...
another word. Zip.
Skip it out, zip. Evoker, Chrono Warden, this is for augmentation and preservation. Tip the Scales cooldown.
I want to shoot the new frog.
Tip the Scales cooldown is reduced to 60 seconds. By the way, that's pretty goddamn strong, because when you use Tip the Scales, when you talk about shadow changes today, yeah, Etsu, we're gonna go over it in a second. Lance,
Shadow is
Lance
my main spec, so yes,
he's gonna handle all of Hunter and Priest. Tip the Scales reduced by 60 seconds is fucking insane, because with Chrono Warden,